If you're done with manifesting and videos and techniques and processes, stay tuned. This video is for you. Welcome. I'm Amy Valentine here to help awaken within you your ideal life so you can be, do, and have any desire. And today we're going to talk about manifesting when you're totally frustrated, totally, completely done with every video, every technique, whatever it is. And this is really inspired by a client I had several months ago. It's been about 3 or 4 months now. And she recently wrote me an aha moment, but I'm going to give you the backstory. When she came to me, she said she was done, frustrated, totally disappointed in herself, in manifesting, in the channels. She said, I was frustrated even with you and your coaching and your videos. She said, I was just done with everything. She said she lost her job. And then a few weeks later, she lost her house because she was renting this apartment on it was like a bigger property, and they sold the place. She didn't have anywhere to go, so she had to stay with a family member that she wasn't really that close with. And she said, I had my stuff in storage. I felt completely alone, completely frustrated, and she felt homeless and just lost. So what I had told her when we were coaching before all this happened, it was kind of leading up to this, I said, stop looking out there for answers. The answer is within you. And she said, when she wrote to me a couple days ago, when she wrote me an email, she said, that was my aha moment. She said, I realized you had kept saying to me in different ways over and over and over again that I have the answer within me. It's not in the conditions. She was blaming the landlord. She was blaming the employer. She was blaming herself. She was blaming her past, her parents, her upbringing. And I kept telling her, I kept trying to guide her and bring her to the present moment where her only power was. I said, your point of power is now, and the answer isn't in any of those conditions. Even though they seem overwhelming, I know they are, but you have to change who you are before any of that can change. And she said that was her aha moment. So before I get more into what she wrote me, understand this. Any affirmation, any process, any manifesting video, any coach, it doesn't matter. The answer is not within them. They can only point you to the truth that is already within you when you are willing to see it, when you're willing to stop defining yourself through the external world, because that's the problem. We affirm what we want. I want a new house. I want a new job. I want more money. I want that special person in my life. I want more love. I want. And then, because the outside world doesn't reflect it instantly, we doubt it. And I told her the evidence is never out there. Neville Goddard said, signs follow. They never precede. Signs follow what? Who and what you are being. In other words, who you say you are, how you define yourself. Those circumstances don't define you. The past doesn't define you. That's what I told her. I said, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what you did or didn't do. You're new in every moment. So let's read a Neville Goddard quote, and then we'll get deeper into the video. Because of your belief in external things, you think power into them by transferring the power that you are to the external thing. By thinking power into the external thing, because we believe there's a separate world out there. And like John Wheeler, the physicist, said, there's no out there out there. What does that mean? It means there is no reality, physical reality, without you. Mind bender, right? It doesn't exist, because how would you even know something exists without your consciousness on it? It wouldn't exist. Not for you anyway. You create your own reality. There is no other rule. You don't create for other people. You create it by who and what you say you are. And everything and everyone else is a response to that. It's like a mirror. You cannot change that reflection in the mirror until you change, right? So, this powerful creator, an old client of mine, in this email, it was so powerful because she said she kept getting hot and cold, back and forth, kept saying to herself, this doesn't work, this stuff doesn't work. Well, then it does work. She said until she realized and owned her power, meaning she gets to decide what things mean, not the external world. She said that's when things started to shift. She's now in a new home with one of her really good friends. They're sharing rent. She has a new job. She's also starting her own online business. And she said she's happier than she's ever been. Why? Because she realized manifesting is not about bringing something that's in this external world and bringing it to her. She realized that manifesting is about how she experiences herself. How she defines herself is how she defines everything in her world. And she said the key for her was understanding that to die to the old ways of thinking and allow the new. And like Neville says, change the conception you have of yourself and the entire world will change to reflect that. In so many ways, right? That's the crux of all his teachings. So change the conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Why? Because you're the only one that can say what everything means. You get to decide what it all means. From this present moment, a completely new person, a completely clean slate. It's not that you're not going to remember stuff that happened. It's that it's not happening now. That's why the past is an illusion. It's not about not wanting things for your future. It's about understanding that you cannot become something in the future because the future never comes. It's only ever now. You have to be it within, meaning you have to own it within. I am that I am. Forget about the fleeting thoughts that come and go. Let them be there. If you fight them, they stick around, right? Change the conception of yourself by being the source of everything that you want instead of the seeker, right? Choose it. Bashar says manifesting is paradoxical. And this is what helps me continually when I get myself in a jam. The paradox is that what happens is we affirm something, we assume something, we claim it's ours, it's done. But then we look out there for evidence, for proof, for feedback. And when we don't get it, we think we failed. We think we're doing something wrong, right? But the paradox that Bashar is talking about, it's number one, he says, affirm it, assume it. It's yours. It's done. He says, it's all here and now, and there's only existence. Non-existence is impossible. It doesn't exist, he said. So number one, affirm it. It's done. The job is mine. The relationship is mine. The money is mine. The love is mine, whatever. And then 2, the paradoxical part is surrender. He said, forget it, drop it. That's the part, at least that's where I would get caught up, or I do still get caught up sometimes, is when I don't surrender. He says surrender is that energy of faith that it's already done, it's already mine. So forget about looking out there, go within. No, anytime you get tripped up, go within. Be the source. I am the creator. Remind yourself, I get to say what everything means. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is unfolding perfectly. That's what I say to myself. So in Matthew 13:12, this will sum up this whole video about how we create our own reality, how to manifest your dreams here and now. Clean slate. Remember that. You're new in every moment. It's here and now. The universe is responding to me now. There's no dark, hidden, subconscious beliefs. Yes, we have tendencies that come up and habits that come up, but they're now. If you know it's a habit, Bashar says it's no longer a habit, it's a choice. So we're choosing to be the source instead of choosing to be the seeker. Matthew 13:12. Whoever has, to him more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But he who does not have, even what he has, will be taken away from him. Sums it up right there. Manifesting is not about bringing something out there and bringing it to you. It's a state of mind. It's an attitude that I am. It's an inner conviction of your I am awareness of being, that you choose to own that you're the one and only creator and source of your entire reality. And that means there is no past, there is no future, there's only right now, because you're new in every moment. So there's nothing to regret, there's nothing to beat yourself up about. And when you feel that way, it feels off. And that is your indication that you're thinking like the small me instead of the higher you that loves you unconditionally and unconditionally supports you and is always there with you, guiding you to your next best version of you. And that's what my client emailed me. She said, when something comes up now that makes me doubt or question, she realizes that's no longer who she is. It's not that you get rid of doubt. No, you can't get rid of anything. She said, I now go back to, I choose to be the creator instead of the seeker. And she says, how I experience my life now has changed because my experience as creator has shifted everything in my life. Because she said, I first shifted it with them. I started to feel differently. And then the outer world, this happened over a couple months, the outer world began to reflect it. And she said, that is her aha moment, that she stopped giving the power away to the outside world when she realized her own power within. So thank you so much for being here. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, I have a link below. Please sign up if you're interested. Also, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support. And thank you for subscribing. And until next week, see you soon.